And we're back. And in this video, I know no Bears franchise today. I wanted to do a different video because why not? We're going to be predicting the players of the NFL awards. In order of what the NFL has tweeted. As you can see, I've retweeted all of them. I always retweet stuff the NFL does that isn't like highlights and stuff. So like stuff like this, final scores, etc. So starting out, we have the rookies of the year. We have Brock Purdy, Kenneth Walker, Garrett Wilson. And I'm going to have to say Brock Purdy. If Kenneth Walker played the whole year, it probably would have been Kenneth Walker, but he didn't. So I don't know how he would have done the rest of those games. Brock Purdy, when he came in, he played phenomenal. I think Brock Purdy is going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, in my personal opinion. We had the Defensive Rookie of the Year. Nominees are Sauce Gardner, Aiden Hutchinson, and Tariq Woolen. And I think this one's going to be Sauce. I feel like he was one of the best cornerbacks in the league as a rookie, and that says a lot. So I think he will easily win Defensive Rookie of the Year. I know both Tariq Woolen and Aiden Hutchinson had great years as well, but ultimately, it was kind of unfair because they got matched up with someone like him. Next, we have Coach of the Year. Nominees are Nick Sirianni, Kyle Shanahan, Brian Daboll, Sean McDermott, and Doug Peterson. And for this one, I'm going to take a different approach. Instead of saying who I think it's going to be immediately, I'm just going to eliminate who I don't think it will be. I don't think it's going to be Sean McDermott. I don't think it's going to be Kyle Shanahan. Sean McDermott, you are expecting a good season. I don't know why he's even a nominee. Kyle Shanahan, granted, what he did was amazing with 3 different quarterbacks, doing well with all 3 of them. But at the same time, you have the best roster in the league, in my opinion, so it would be pretty hard for those quarterbacks to fail. Nick Sirianni, I feel like, won't win because we saw how the Eagles did last year. I feel like it was only destined for them to do better than what they did. But I wouldn't be shocked if he won. And then it comes down to the final 2. You have Brian Daboll and Doug Peterson. And I'm going to say Brian Daboll. Doug Peterson already was a coach. We know what he was going to do. The Jags were supposed to be an up-and-coming team. Obviously, no one expected them to have the success they did have. But people were definitely not expecting, to be a, first overall pick again. But the Giants, people wrote them out. I mean, people want to move on from Daniel Jones and stuff. And Brian Daboll, he made Daniel Jones look pretty good. So I'm going to say Brian Daboll, Coach of the Year, because the Giants had probably the lowest expectations out of all these teams, and yet they did better than the Jags, in my opinion, record-wise. Obviously, these are decided before the playoffs, so we're not going to be counting those divisional rounds and stuff. But next, we have Offensive Player of the Year. Nominees are Tyreek Hill, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, and Justin Jefferson. And I'm going to say this one... I'm going to say Justin Jefferson. I think it could come down to Jalen. I think we'll talk about this one a bit more in depth later. I think Justin Jefferson had a better season than Tyreek Hill. I really think that's a close one between those 2 wide receivers. I think Jalen Hurts is a great candidate as well, but ultimately I feel like Offensive Player of the Year is more of a skilled position than quarterback. A quarterback is a skilled position, but I feel like, excluding that. And just coming out of those 2, Justin Jefferson and Tyreek Hill, I think Jefferson had a better year, so I'm going to take him. Defensive Player of the Year, we have Micah Parsons, Nick Bosa, Chris Jones. And I'm going to say this one's Nick Bosa. Led the league in sacks. He had a great year. Obviously, both these other players did very well. But I just feel like Nick Bosa just had the better year. I don't know why I have those 2 to follow, but oh well. Next, we have a comeback player of the year. Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, Geno Smith. All three great options. Saquon Barkley, injuries. People were saying he's not good anymore. Christian McCaffrey, constantly injured. And Geno Smith, well, I think he wins this. His first season as a starter in a while after bouncing around teams as a backup. He leads his teams to the playoffs. And he had a great season. Made the Pro Bowl and everything. So I think Geno Smith wins Comeback Player of the Year. And I believe this is the final one. The MVP, Most Valuable Player. Same type of style. I'm going to eliminate, players and say who I think it is. At the end, we're obviously going to eliminate Justin Jefferson. I said he wins Offensive Player of the Year. I don't think it's possible to win Offensive Player of the Year and MVP. So I'm going to eliminate him. Next, I'm going to eliminate Josh Allen. I feel like Josh Allen, with the expectations he had, he did perform to those expectations, but I feel like ultimately he wasn't the best quarterback out there. He had a great roster around him, and yet I feel like his numbers could have been way better. Next, I'm going to eliminate Joe Burrow. These are, once again, before the playoffs. He also had pretty high expectations. I feel like he did better than what his expectations were, considering that O-line at the beginning. So I think he did a very good job, but ultimately it just isn't enough. And then we have Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts. There's a reason I didn't talk about these two when it came down to Offensive Player of the Year, because I knew I was going to pick one of these two for MVP. And it was essentially these three the whole season. Or I shouldn't say these three. I'd say it was really these two. I'd say Burrow was kind of in there. Allen was kind of in there. Nothing too major. And I think Patrick Mahomes will win. Jalen Hurts, great year. But I feel like Mahomes was just on another level. Jalen Hurts, yeah, he had the great stats with rushing yards and stuff, but Mahomes, only person to throw for 5,000 yards this season. He's done it so many times. I think it only makes sense that he wins MVP. So, I have Mahomes winning the MVP. I have Geno Smith winning Comeback Player of the Year. I have Justin Jefferson winning Offensive Player of the Year. I have Nick Bosa winning Defensive Player of the Year. I have Brian Daboll winning Coach of the Year. I have Brock Purdy winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. And I have Sauce Gardner winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. So yeah, let me know if you agree or disagree. And I'll see you guys next time. Which will be Friday with Bears franchise. There was supposed to be one today. I didn't really feel like making one because I wanted to do a video like this. I didn't predict the Pro Bowl because the last time I predicted the Pro Bowl, I was able to, pick all these players. But for Pro Bowl this year, for some reason, it carried over my picks from last year, and I wasn't able to find all the people that I previously selected to unselect them. So I just decided, you know what, I'm just not going to do it. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my picks. And, yeah, see you Friday. Goodbye.